Utilize charts and other nautical publications. Understand the purpose and types of nautical charts. Learn common symbols and abbreviations used in charts. Practice reading and interpreting chart details. Identify important navigation aids and hazards. Chapter 2. Basic Ship Navigation Techniques. In this chapter, we'll explore the fundamental navigation techniques every mariner must know. First, we'll dive into the principles of the compass, both magnetic and gyro. Understanding how to read and interpret compass readings is crucial for maintaining a steady course. Next, we'll cover the basics of ship steering. Learn how to follow a set course and make necessary adjustments based on environmental factors such as wind and currents. We'll also demonstrate how to use the helm and rudder effectively. Then we'll introduce the concept of speed, distance, and time calculations. These are essential for planning voyages and ensuring timely arrivals. Practice calculating speed in knots and converting it into distance over time with practical examples. Finally, we'll discuss the importance of lookout duties. Effective lookout practices are vital for collision avoidance and overall safety at sea. We'll provide tips on maintaining a proper lookout and recognizing potential hazards early on. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a solid foundation in basic ship navigation techniques, setting you up for more advanced topics in the chapters to come. Continued use of charts and other nautical publications. Perform practical exercises on chart plotting. Utilize latitude and longitude for accurate positioning. Apply dead reckoning or DR and estimated position or EP methods. Understand meteorological information and messages concerning ship safety and operation. Introduction to weather forecasting and its importance. Interpretation of synoptic charts and weather bulletins. Understanding marine meteorology terminology. Continued understanding of meteorological information for ship safety and operation. Analyzing weather conditions and making navigation decisions. Identifying storm systems, fog, and other weather hazards. Understanding the Beaufort scale and its impact on navigation. Communicate with other ships, coast stations, and VDS centers. Introduction to Maritime Communication Systems, VHF, MFHF, GMDSS. Learn proper radio etiquette and protocol. Understand standard phraseology in maritime communication. Day 5, Practical Maritime Communication. Continued communication with ships, coast stations, and VTS centers. Conducting simulated ship-to-ship and ship-to-shore communications. Practicing distress, urgency, and safety message procedures. Understanding and using call signs, MMSI numbers, and distress signals. Day 6. Effective communication practices. Further communication with ships, coast stations, and VTS centers. Hands-on practice with VHF DSC equipment. Mastering radio log keeping and communication records. Handling emergency communication scenarios. Day 7. Record keeping on ships. Maintain a log and other voyage records. Introduction to different types of logs, deck log, engine log, GMDSS log, and so on. Recording navigational data accurately. Importance of proper documentation for legal and operational purposes. Day 8. Ship recognition and equipment familiarization. Identify and describe ship types, structures, and equipment. Recognizing different vessel types and their purposes. Understanding basic ship structures, hull, superstructure, decks, and so on. Identifying essential equipment used in navigation and cargo handling. Day 9. Cargo handling communication. Demonstrate basic communication related to cargo handling in port. Understanding cargo handling terminology and documentation. Communicating effectively with stevedores, port authorities, and crew. Discussing safety procedures related to cargo operations. Day 10. Maritime Conventions and Regulations. Introduction to IMO conventions and port state control. Overview of major IMO conventions including SOLAS, MARPOL, STCW, and others. Understanding the role of port state control or PSC and flag states. Reviewing case studies of PSC inspections and deficiencies. Day 11. Ship maintenance and repairs. Request ship repairs and maintenance for navigational equipment. Identifying common navigational equipment requiring maintenance. Writing maintenance requests and defect reports. Understanding planned maintenance schedules. Demonstrate communication skills for emergency responses on board ships. learning emergency radio procedures and distress call formats, conducting emergency drills, fire, collision, man overboard, etc., coordinating emergency responses with shore-based authorities. Maintain ship's correspondence, understanding different types of official maritime correspondence, writing formal reports, incident reports, and handover notes, keeping proper records for audits and inspections. Establish communication and demonstrate the ability to communicate effectively in routine and face-to-face situations on board. Practicing clear and concise communication among crew members. Overcoming language barriers in a multicultural crew. Conducting safety briefings and team coordination exercises. Demonstrate the ability to communicate with a multilingual and multi-ethnic crew. Utilize IMO Standard Marine Communication Phrases or SMCP. Conduct role-playing exercises using SMCP in different scenarios. Improve confidence in handling real-life maritime communication situations.